it's really hard to get anything for certain, but is there any way that something like that could be pushed instead of having to go even through Canada? Why can't we just do our
We
own?
have passed bills in the House of Representatives to make it easier for permitting on federal property, and it's sitting on, go talk to Harry Lee. We have passed bill after bill after bill in the House to do exactly what you're talking about, and they die over there. You will not let them debate anything like that. And, you know, the fact of the matter is, you know, it's interesting, the president talks about, well, we have more production today than what we did like 2 years ago. It's all on private and state land. Federal permits are down about 11 to 12% production on federal land. So he takes credit for the increase in production, but it's all in areas where they have no jurisdiction.
Congressman, what's your sense if Israel takes out which party is responsible? Do you have a sense of that?
Well,
Discussion?
what would happen if Israel would attack Iran and take out the nuclear capability? I don't know what this president will do. It would be my hope that he would support Israel. I mean, the alternative is to support a regime that has said that, you know, we are the great Satan and they want to destroy us along with Israel. And Israel is our ally over there. We've got to stay with them, but I don't know what he will do.
Israel's weak right now.
Excuse me?
Do you believe Israel's strong or Israel's weak right now defensively?
Oh, they're very capable. Israel's very capable.
I've heard some differing things, like you just like, you never know what you can get from this media. I've heard something like that.
They have. Yes.
Didn't Netanyahu address Congress and say we can defend ourselves?
What? Yes, and they can.
Thank you.
But I mean, I'm not saying we militarily support.
I'm all for friendship with Israel. I've got no problem with that.
No. Yes.
Yeah, I've been over to Israel, and you know, when you see soldiers at every bus stop with their weapons, you see them at the beach with their weapons. They're very capable of defending themselves. But it's our job as their allies to be there in case that they need us. Russia is already, you know, saying that they're going to strengthen their missile defense system over at Tehran, and you know, that's not good. You know, because if Israel strikes on Iran, then Russia may get into it. But I wanted to get to the Chinese. I mean, they're kind of, Russia's weak now, but I mean, you know, they might get into it. But as far as China goes, you know, back in like 1860, in the 1800s, we surpassed England as a world economic leader, and then by the year 2016. China is going to surpass us as a world economic leader. Okay, now every time, and Sam Walton had a good idea when he started Walmart, you know, because he was trying to give the American people a good buy for their money because he knew that, you know, people.
It was a mom and pop store.
Right, but the thing is what happened is he started importing all this foreign products from China and other places like that, and we started buying it at a cheaper cost. Okay. But the thing is every time you go through the Walmart doors, and I'm not trying to bash on Walmart, but anytime you walk through there, that money goes back to China. And you know what they're doing? They are buying tanks and bullets with it. Okay? And you can't deny that fact. They are buying tanks and bullets with that. Because down the road, when we can't pay back our debts, they will come get it. They will come take it from us.
But the over-regulation and the over-taxation of business in this country has sent all the manufacturing over to China.
Yeah.
What are we? Yeah,
you know,
I mean, you know,
because how many times do you drive down the street and can you see a television factory? You know, I mean, not around here. You can't. I don't even know where a Zenith factory is at in the United States. What about a Crosley or any other factory like that? But we used to have the corner marketed, or how do you say it, the market cornered on that. You know, that used to be American built, American made on everything.
Our technology.
You know, and our government slowly said, well, here, we'll let you have, you know, the blueprints for this, and the blueprints for that, and the plans for this. Or they bought it from us and started opening up and seeing how it was made, and then they thought they could make it better, so they opened up Toshiba and all these other places, and then we started buying it from them. And now, you know, we can't ship stuff over to them for as cheap as what they can ship it over to us, and so we buy theirs. And it's just, you know, it's wrong. They're, you know, when they surpass us, we're done. You know, unfortunately.
We got time for one more.
Okay.
Concerning the education.
Young lady in the rear.
Yeah, thank you for that, I appreciate it. Concerning the education system.
And we vote.
There's no babies in here, so you can't kiss
Yeah.
them.
The education system, I'm very concerned about how well educated our children are. I personally think it needs to come back to the local, but I think there needs to be a standard and that teachers need to have some way of disciplining children. Is that a proposal or something coming that education needs to be kicked out of the federal government or whatever?
Well, you're saying on this reauthorization of the No Child Left Behind is in process right now. I don't think you're going to see a reauthorization just because there's such huge disagreement. We are now in a position to basically say that we're going to fund Title I, which helps kids need help, extra help as far as reading and from the federal government and the disabled kids, and then basically after that let it go to the states, let it go to the local schools and make those decisions. But we would have never had No Child Left Behind if it would have been Iowa schools. It was places like Washington, D.C. where the expectation in Washington of a kid going into first grade is that 40% of those kids will ever graduate. And half of those kids that do graduate, about half of them could fill out a job application. That's the expectation of the system. They think they're doing a good job if that happens. I mean, it's just great. And that was the purpose. Basically, the urban schools where they're trying to put some teeth behind making them actually do their job. But I think the way the testing was set up is wrong, and the whole thing. I think there's going to be a huge push. I'm certainly pushing to get everything moved back to the states, except where there is some people argue there's no federal role, but certainly in Title I and disabled kids, we have to get to the schools. Anyway, thank you all very, very much for coming. Yep.